Oh hey, I finally did it. I finally... I finally took the step and actually did it. Awesome. Okay. Here's that. I know you won't be here for long, but hi, Chris. Because I know if you watch this, you're just going to want to play it again. Because you have no self-control. Alright. I'm going to leave this here for a few minutes. Give some people time to wander in if they are interested. And then I will explain what the actual fuck is going on. Because this is the most the most confusing transition of a series I have ever done. So I think some explanations would be in order. So I know that you won't be here for long, Chris. I know that Pooja won't watch. PJ shouldn't watch. So the only hope that I would have is Suzie, and I don't know. At least out of our group, and then, you know, whoever else decides to wander in. I'm not playing the worst game in the Phoenix Wright series, so I should have at least some chance. You're a little off there, Chris. It's been about 4.5 minutes, so even if I did care about that, it's not an issue. Fine. Besides, I need time to actually ruin my throat before I start voicing people, because I have chocolate milk, because I forgot to drink it after my workout, so I'm drinking it now. I have coffee, which naturally has cream in it, and then I have water. Oh, not to mention my dinner's over there too. So everything is great. Everything is wonderful. Who am I kidding? This is more for me than for anybody else. This is so I can finally get this shit done. If anybody does decide to pop in, it makes it all the better, but if I'm being honest, I'm not really expecting a large crowd for this series, considering I guess Phoenix Wright is not as popular anymore? They're not as well in the limelight? Or, you know, that combined with the fact that I don't have a huge following. But I feel good. I feel good. Now, I know I said that I was going to do it, like, Wednesdays. Oh yeah, that's true. When the 7th game does come out on Switch. I mean, I would only be a game behind, hopefully. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll get some Steam. But as I was saying, I feel good. I was gonna do this yesterday because I know I said I was gonna do it Wednesdays, but I just wasn't feeling up to it. And then I'm just like, I'm gonna play a little bit of Xenoblade X, and that was the end of that. So, but today I felt a little bit better. I woke up at 12, and then at 1, and then at 2. But I did get an earlier start on my day than I usually do. So I'm gonna ride that out to the end and see where it goes. At least now that I've started this, it'll help me get into the rhythm of everything. It's just that first start that was the killer. A few more minutes. Give me time to finish up my dinner so I'm not eating on stream, which I know is a fan favorite. Well, I guess I am eating on stream, but like eating while playing the game. Alright, not exactly done with it, but I'll probably just pick at it at this point. Made tackles. Because I've been ordering out more than I intended to this week. And that was very apparent when I went to look at my bank account, so I figured, why not actually cook the food that I got and eat it? Maybe? Just a thought. Okay. So, we're gonna get into the thick of things, but not really. I'm just switching the screen over. I know I have a ton of explanation, but let's get a new scene, shall we? Hello! Yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. Let's see. We got shadows coming from over here, which is something that I can't do anything with. But I do have more light. So hopefully that'll be enough. Everything looks okay. Kind of. The logo looks a little sloppy, but that's Google's fault, not mine. And the chat worked out a lot better than I intended it to. So, awesome. So, hi. Yes, we're here playing Phoenix Wright. Now, for those who are actually following the series, you would know that I've been kind of on and off, stop and start with it for a bit. And the last time I did an episode, it ended in failure when my battery died. And I hadn't saved in however long. That, combined with the fact that the editing software that I use is not cooperating with 3DS footage, led me to this one final option, this one final tactic to be able to get things done. So in the middle of a series, it's being switched over to the stream layout, this stream format, and I do apologize if anything is a little confusing. Just think of it as mega episodes with live input, I guess. It's probably still going to be the same, just not edited. It's going to go into the same playlist as the rest of the episodes, so you'll see, you know, episode, and then it'll switch over to stream 1. That's where this is right now. But we're starting off at the exact same place that we left off, sort of. I didn't actually play back up. So we're going to use that opportunity to have a little bit of a refresher and to get my voice back in action. Now this little thing, first of all, it's been quite a while since I've had a series that's just me. And when I say series, I mean like a stream series that is just me. I don't want to do something a little special with it. I also have been under the have come to the realization that all this virus and whatever else and staying home a whole lot has really weakened my skills socially. So, especially looking somebody in the eye or just like interacting with somebody without looking to the floor. So, I wanted to use this as an opportunity to train myself again. Plus, I want to get better and more relaxed with using a webcam. So, that is where that comes in. Excuse me. My apologies. That is from the coffee. Or it might be from the salsa. I don't know. Whatever. So, things are getting darker, but I think this lighting is going to stay. I might do a little tweaking before next stream to see if I can get rid of this stupid shadow, and I think I know what's causing it, but I don't want to go and take a look at it right now. Also, in maybe about a half an hour, I'm going to have to duck out and just do laundry stuff so it's not sitting in the dryer the entire stream. But other than that, there shouldn't be any sort of interruptions. So, for those of you who will come in the future and see my lovely face, hi, this is what I look like. This is the man behind the screen. I make really stupid facial expressions, but at the same time, my face stays extremely neutral a lot of the time, I realized. I will also maybe look a little angry at times. I am not angry. I will let you know if I am angry. And, yeah. So, with that, I think that is that. If there are any other questions, I'm sure they'll come in the chat. Just trying to think. Is it actually too dark? Let me finagle with something real quick. You totally didn't hear any of that, but that's fine. Or maybe you did, because my mic is being extremely stupid. Is the shadow coming from my own shadow? Is that what it's coming from? Where is this fucking shadow coming from? Do this so... No. Unless it's the fan. No, I would just need a light on this side, which is where my bed is, in order to get better lighting. And unfortunately, there's no way I can actually finagle that right now. So we'll just deal with what we have. So I mess with my headset 2 or 3 more times before actually getting on with it. Get on with it. Oh hey, a face cam. Yeah, you missed that whole explanation, Chris. And I have my phone here because I know once we start, I'm going to want to test to make sure that the sound is not overwhelming. All right, charger. Can you stay in? You will stay in. Oh, that's fine. I don't care. I think this light isn't doing anything at all. I think the shadow is actually being caused from over here. Yeah, that's it. That's where the imbalance is. I got it. I found out. I figured it out. You're gonna have a shadow. That's fine. Maybe if I didn't do this at 7:30 at night, there would be more light to work with. There it is. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I opened it up again just to test everything, and the screen wouldn't show up, so I had to reset it. Alright. Immediately looking over at the stream. I can see that there was no help whatsoever. Yeah, blowing up the top screen just makes it blurry and stupid, like. So, I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Either way. I will be looking over to my TV every so often just to make sure that everything is working correctly. So don't mind me about that. Considering I'm probably going to be the only one here, I kind of have to monitor my own shit. Alrighty, so where did we actually leave off? I know we're in case 2, which is the worst case in the game. I've said this multiple times, and I will continue to say it because it is true. And we were in the case, so a little bit of a refresher about the case. Basically the mayor of a town was murdered, and the mayor of the rival town was being accused. We are defending that rival Mayor Tenma, but there's a whole bunch of supernatural bullshit going on with yokai and the like, and I think we were cross-examining Mayor Tenma when everything went down. So, the first game to not feature a terrible third case and also to introduce a terrible second case. Yeah, that's about right. And this case is part of the reason why I have not been motivated to continue, is just because it's terrible. Of course, the introduction to Blackwell is great, but that's pretty much the only thing about this case that's good. Anyway. Wait. Aha! 629, 617. No, this one's right. So, where did we leave off? Are we in therapy mode? We're in therapy mode. Okay. So, alright, got it. So what was the unexpected emotion? I think I screwed this up, if I remember correctly. I think Did I screw this up? Is that the reason why? My legs gave out. Yep, nope, I remember. Once again, voices are getting recycled because I don't know who I gave what to. So, let's go. Well, a few of them are going to say the same. Got it! The amount of fear you felt is rather low despite having your legs given up from fright. Could something have lessened your fear? I need to remember not to slip into Nagito voice. Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at that moment. You did? Where did it come from? Let me think. Oh, it was Mama. I suddenly felt as if she was there with me. Okay, I'll enter sudden burst of courage. Now let's see. Ah, look. Apollo, the noise is all gone. Jinxie seems to have remembered everything now. Awesome. Bye-bye. A sudden burst of courage? Now, where could that have come from? Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage? Yes, there was, but I realized I had done something naughty when I thought about it later. Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage? Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind. I wonder if she saw something like it at the scene of the crime. Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this? It is the flower. The Ninetales flower. Flower found only in Ninetales Vale. It boosts Jinxie's courage because it was her mother's favorite. Take that! Jinxie, you didn't happen to see a Ninetales flower at the scene, did you? The demon lawyer strikes again. I can't hide anything from you. I found a small case with a picture of a Ninetales flower on it. I liked it so much I kept it. You what? You can't remove evidence from a crime scene? That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. Now, the witness will produce said evidence this instance. Sorry. It does seem to be some sort of case. Oh, look, something slid out. It appears to be a key. Snake. Might I have a look at your baldness? This is none other than the master key to QB Manor. You certain of this, Prosecutor Blackwell? It matches the serial numbers of that key that went missing after the murder. A master key that went missing? Why don't I like the sound of that? A little scamp here I stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence. That's a little melodramatic, don't you think? Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the Fox Chamber had been in this little scamp's constant possession. Ergo, she was the sole person who could use it before, during, and after the murder. Which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. But this master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl. And your point is? Until Jinxie Tenma opened the Fox Chamber with her key, the room had been locked tight from the outside world, and there was no one else in there save the victim and his killer. I trust you have figured it out for yourself by now. Oh, you already broke his cuffs. Cool. A killer other than Mayor Tenma himself would be utterly inconceivable. No! Oh boy. How could this happen? The defense's assistant will refrain from growling her frustrations. Athena, are you alright? I know Mayor Tenma is innocent, but there's nothing we can do. This sucks. Sykes, Dono. Allow me to put you out of your misery. I need to check the volume, because I never actually checked it. One moment. That's actually not bad. I'm very surprised. Sykes, Dono. Allow me to put you out of your misery. Can I decline your offer? Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and clean conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept. Great, now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not gonna fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks. Now I'm the one who's dazed and confused. I can't even think straight. Hey, are you alright? She fell right into his trap. Now I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed. Excuse me. Alright, I'll be back at 10. Stay with me, Athena. Don't let yourself be twisted by that samurai. Apollo? Mr. Justice? I heard the word objection, but what is it you object to? Huh? Oh, right. That objection was more of a reflex than anything else. Though I was hoping something would come to me when I was trying to stop Athena. The court is waiting, Mr. Justice. Though, as it stands now, I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect if this is it. Now, do you have anything that could overturn the prosecution's case? Well, actually I do. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Apollo, you do have something more than your cords of steel, don't you? Not really, but we'll be fine. But I've got absolutely nothing, but that's never stopped me before. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped that locked room. Because it's all over if I don't. Apollo, this calls for a new approach. Try to think outside the box. Or in this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that locked room is, too. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's arguments? You bet I do. The real killer must have escaped from the locked room one way or another. Vague conjecture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Town Owl. Time to do or die, literally. The defense will now explain how it will be possible to escape the locked room. You sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened? I'm fine. We just need to think this whole escaping a locked room thing over from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so? The choices are pretty limited. The room has a window, but it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through, and there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent, it's up too high, and there's nothing you can stand on to reach it. And needless to say, the Forbidden Chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out. Yeah, that's why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like they say, simple is best. We need to rule out all of the absolutely impossible escape routes. I did this last time too. Different line, but same thing. I mixed up. Like, the camera's focused on Athena, so I assume Athena is speaking. Then whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox Chamber was compromised. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the killer escaped through here. And we know from a previous attempt that it was the front door. Take that! Oh, goddammit. Take that! The hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out. Huh. It would appear you have already forgotten. The only available key until Jingxi Tama came on scene was within that locked room. How would one exit the Fox Chamber and lock it without a key, I should have seen this coming. Remember, Apollo, keep it simple. Simple, right. I could understand if the killer had exited the room with the key, but... Well, Mr. Justice, the prosecution has some fine Japanese steel waiting unless you explain yourself quickly. Oh, goddammit, Blackwell. I'm fine. I can explain myself. The reason the Fox Chamber's hallway door was locked was because Perp locked it from outside. What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door, then locked out. Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked Fox Chamber. Any assertion that the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of fact. Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction. If only we could explain both. Like how the key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from outside. Because we totally don't have locks that you can lock before exiting a door. Like some of those turn locks that don't actually require a key on one side. Well, let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws his sword. He's ready. He's raring to go. How could the master key be at the crime scene despite being the room being locked tight? Somebody threw it in from outside. What if someone threw it in the room from outside? You know, something like go out the hallway door, lock the room, and toss the key back in through the window. That would explain how the master key could be inside the locked room. And where would you throw it from? There's a cliff outside the Fox Chamber's window. Throwing the key in from there is an impossibility. Oh, right. And what if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere else other than the window? Somewhere other than the window? Could the key have been tossed in through somewhere other than the window? Yep. Through the air duct. Take that! The air vent? Yes, the window may be out of the question, but the air vent's not. Oh, that's right. The Fox Chamber's air duct leads out into the hallway. That's right. The rear killer entered the air duct from the vent outside the Fox Chamber. Then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. Ugh. That's preposterous. Ooh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly. Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused. Don't worry. I explained it so even Your Honor can understand. First, the real killer, disguised as Temataro, murdered the alderman in the Fox Chamber. Then they fled the room through the hallway door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside in the hallway. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent in the ceiling there. All that was left to do after that was to go back to the duct and flee the manor. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer? Amazing, even I could follow that. The judge seemed really pleased. That explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Temataro. And there was someone else in that, else other than the mayor and alderman in that room. Hey, it looks like that lawyer is beating the jailbar prosecutor. Let's say words correctly. Order! Order! Order, I say! Now that I've proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty.
Silence.
A valiant effort, Justice Stono, but your final thrust misses mark. Huh? Ugh. Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz out through the front door? That's exactly what happened! The killer fled from the— But that is impossible, without being spotted by the foyer security camera, that is. Uh-huh. The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape. However, there is no sign of Temataro anywhere in the security footage. What? Save for the foyer entrance, there's no other way to flee the manor, is there? I don't feel so good. Hold it! Wait, I believe there is one other way to escape besides the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera. Hey, you're right. Silence! Huh. Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? It seems you lack not only brains, but investigative prowess to boot. That is the cliffside of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one. No one? Wait, so the killer didn't escape out the foyer window? What the heck, right? Ha! I suppose your next proposal is to kill the killer sprouted wings and flew off into the sunset. Actually, that would mean the killer really was a yokai. If only we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer. Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be. What? You're saying you can prove the killer could fly? Whoa, I thought I was the one with the cords of steel. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Your Honor? What evidence do you have that the killer flew away? To be fair, this wasn't our idea. Athena kind of blurted her way into it. Anyway, we have the special edition paper, which shows a flying Temataro over wherever the photographer was. Take that! Take a look at the special edition paper. Temataro, real or flight of fancy? What does this article... I really need to look at who's talking. Temataro, real or flight of fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice? The photo in that article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in that photo is the killer shortly after they fled out the window? Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting? Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer disguised as Temataro flew away. You know, but some way or another. Silence! It is your brain that has flown the coop. That image is not but trick photography or some other form of artifice. Okay then, how about the Temataro figure of Mr. Filch saw and just vanished into thin air? No, there's a rational common sense explanation for that. That infernal yokai or tricksy Tanuki witness never reached the entrance. He, or should I say, she, turned back before the camera's electric eye. She? I don't like where this is going one bit. Now, the fact that we know that the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either Mayor Damien Tenma or his daughter Jinxie Tenma. However, we know that Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at that time. Not good. Not good at all. Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? The falsified yokai remnants and the appearance of the Temataro were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma. Alright. Oh, I know. Hold on. Ah! No! Order! Order! The defense will stop competing for the greatest freakout ever! The little scamp was no doubt simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade. Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out the window. Huh. Did you truly believe this can end any other way? Did we fall right into his trap? What do we do now, Apollo? Case no longer stands without a real yokai. If we had one. Bailiff, seize her. It is time I interrogated her as the samurai of your wood. Hold it. Mayor Tenma? Ha! This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of cover-up most foul? Tenma Toro's true identity is... Now, Mr. Mayor. It would be futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. After all, you had been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and roaming about the manor would all be but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution would be willing to overlook her little yokai farce. Confess? The defendant intends to confess? Wait. Apollo? Prosecutor Blackmore's up to his mind games again. Mayor Tenma, no! Don't fall for his twisted words! If you're sent away for murder, Jackson will be left all alone. The real killer is... Mayor Tenma's going to confess unless we do something. But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away. Little pot. I remember regretting the voice too. Look upon me in despair, for ripe is the time for my return. Huh? Uh-oh. I should watch What I Wish For. Foolish mortals. I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek. Mayor Tenma? Silence! I am Tenma Taro, freed from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber. Behold the return of the Demon King! What the? Demon King? Well then, I think it's time for me to take a vacation! Bye, Judge. Have fun on your vacation. The witness will, he will explain himself. You saying you're Tenma Taro, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time? Indeed, it is I, Tenma Taro, the one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth. This child is Tenma Taro, you say? Ha! What nonsense! So, Mayor Tenma is a yokai now? Caw. His body is mine now. So you're saying that Mayor Tenma is being possessed by you? And that's the yokai that Jinxie Tenma and Phineas Filch saw. Judge, I don't know why you're so surprised by possession at this point, considering we dealt with Maya. And that whole fiasco. But, whatever, to each their own. And the one captured in the newspaper photo, those were all you? The accursed power of these warding charms prevented me from revealing my true form. Prevents me from revealing my true form. Your baldness. Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt? Well, a confession by a yokai would be quite unprecedented. Be that as it may, the defense's case has been overturned. Huh? What? You claim the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer. The one who escaped from the locked fox chamber, but it was the accused all along. Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be real in a manner of speaking. For the Alderman's killer is none other than Mayor Tenma. And the yokai at the scene, That too was Mayor Tenma, or should I say, our dear Tenma Taro. The pieces have all fallen into place. How so, Prosecutor Blackwell? It seems I must spell it out for you. Mayor Tenma killed the alderman in the Fox Chamber, which was locked at the time. He then removed the warding charms from the Forbidden Chamber's door, but then fell unconscious from the blow the alderman had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter Jinxie Tenma stumbled upon the scene of the crime. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenma Taro— wait a minute. He removed the warding charms, but then fell unconscious, and yet his chair was quite a bit away from where he was actually found. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenma Taro, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession of the mayor. The newly freed Tenma Taro then fled from the Fox Chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tenma saw was her father possessed by Tenma Taro. Objection! But when we arrived at the scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How is that possible if he was supposed to have flown out the foyer window? Then what? Do you mean to say the maid of QB Manor, Jinxie Tenma, was Tenma Taro? Oh. Hold it! That too easily explains. Flew about for a time I did, but presently tired, I made for the Forbidden Chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unawares in the Fox Chamber, and I knew no more. It would appear the pieces are still in place. Is Blackwell up to his tricks again? I don't know what to say. Is the defendant in real life? So the rumor about Mayor Tenma is true. I knew yokai were real. You mean he really did kill the alderman just so he could be released as Tenma Taro? Or something of those words? Order! Order! How's got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai? Simon Says on steroids. He wants to convict our client any way he can, even if it means blaming a yokai. The proverbial ducks are on a row. You should now have no qualms about finding the accused guilty, your baldness. This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career. Otherworldly, in fact. Again! You dealt with Maya like 7 years ago. You remember getting that bad, old man? Can yokai even be prosecuted under our current legal system? Objection! Objection! Mayor Tenma's just pretending to be Tenma Taro to protect his daughter. Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room. A verdict at this point would be premature. Since both sides have raised valid points, I have no choice but to— Silence! This is Dark Agent— yeah, alright, now we're getting back up to where we left off. This is the Dark Ages of Law, where the defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning, Justice Dono. Objection! Objection! I won't fabricate any evidence. Silence! Then prove it by joining me. A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation. How about I just promise not to succumb to anything? We have both evidence and a confession. The killer is this yokai before us. It is beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but— What's wrong with him? Prosecutor Blackwell, we've had enough of your hijinks. The foundation of justice is fair play, and you are in serious violation of that. What in the devil was that? Fool Wright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner? It seems you found that quite shocking. It's my special Jolt of Justice device. Each press is a shocking reminder to behave. You shall pay for this. I summon Black Will Voucher. Your Honor, you need not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Blackwell will remain on his best behavior. A bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective? Well, in that case, this concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigations. The court is adjourned. Oh, thank God. Oh, it was a to be continued, too. Oh, that hurts. That hurts so much. Well. Well. Alright. Oh, Lord. Back at the office. April 18th, 1:20 p.m. Wright Anything Agency. Alright, we are going to just take a short break. I did say in the beginning that I had to step out to do something, and I pushed that time just a little bit. I just got some laundry to do. It shouldn't really take long. Stand up, take a stretch, get a drink, whatever you need to do. Even if you're watching this in the future, I'd like to think that it's good to treat streams as if they were live. You know, if there's a break or whatever else. If there's a break in the final recording, then you take it just like any other. I should be back in a few minutes. Stick around, you guys. Alrighty. That took a little bit longer than I thought, but I forgot that with the laundry, I had intended to do a few things, so I went and took care of that as well. And then, I was about to restart again, and that was when my bladder kicked in. Oh, are you ready to go? Are you ready to record some more? Nah. No, get back up. You're not done yet. Alrighty. So with that, yoink. And the screen is dark now, but that shouldn't be a problem. In 3, 2, 1. Oh lord. I really need to like find some good vocal warm-ups before I do this shit. Get back into the mainstream swing of things, you know, using my voice to voice characters, which I guess I have been, but it's been different scenarios, and then a lot of it has just been reading thanks to Pillars, so it's fine. Anyway. Sorry. My lips have been dry all day. Having a yokai testify in court is unprecedented to say the least. I am Tenma, the yokai you seek. How could such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon? Yeah, it is strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackwell is playing along. I can't even think straight anymore. I need to go off and run. See you in a bit. Wait, what about the investigation? Back. Whoa, Suzie, welcome back. Oh, you're in your stage outfit. Back from work? This is what I was afraid of! Suzie and Athena being in the same location because they basically have the same voice. And I tried to differentiate them at some point, but my throat is not allowing me to. Yep, I really nailed this new magic trick I've been working on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick. I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all that craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect at a... Anyway, who is speaking right now? It's Apollo. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. Another killer must have used the air duct in their escape. And whoever did that must have... that was the Tematara that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw. Right, maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. The real fight starts now. Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear. Oh, her magic panties. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Unnecessary evidence has disappeared into Suzie's magic panties. I wonder where all that stuff goes. Okay, let's get over to the scene of the crime. Vámonos, Apollo, vámonos! Rapido. Alright, takes us right here. Nice and easy. April 18th, QB Manor, Fox Chamber. Detective Fulbright, mind if we search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so... Oh, poor Fulbright. I wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Well, his sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do. Let's go get the evidence we need. The air duct is the key. We know the Tematara impersonator used it to make an escape. After murdering the Alderman, the killer left the Fox Chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the Fox Chamber through the air vent here. Then went back through the duct and fled the manor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. If the killer passed through the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. I doubt it. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting. How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. And it actually is a stepladder. Hey, look at that. If there is anything for Phoenix Wright that is going to be memorable, it is the ladder versus stepladder debate. Oh, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. There's a thick layer of dust in here. Oh, that's not good. I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes, Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So what'd you find? You know how dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Right. You think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting... No one's gone through that duct lately. Kinda looks that way. And if it's true, Maritema is going to be fingered as the killer. But what... If we don't turn things around quickly... In justice we trust. Sorry, Mr. Justice, but it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed. Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. And I'm back to my old devastated self. Oh, come on, where's that never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man, bring it on. Let me suffer in peace. Justice prevails once more. It's not over yet, and besides, taking someone when they're down is not what bad guys do. Are you calling me a bad guy? Me, Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice? Then how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here. Information? About the investigation? Alright, but I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again. Understood? Yeah. We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? I guess we're talking to him. Yeah, let's go over the Amazing Ninetales first. It was revealed in court about the Amazing Ninetales' true identity as Mayor... What was his name? Yeah, nobody knows his true identity, except everybody, because it's Rex QB, who was the victim. The Amazing Ninetales. Did Prosecutor Blackwell figure out that the victim was the Amazing Ninetales? He did indeed. He's a sharp one, after all. He figured it out while investigating the municipal merger and the victim's past. Music here is so good. The music in Phoenix Wright games are amazing. Music tracks are amazing, let's say. Not music are amazing. I are smart. Also, apparently, there's gonna be a severe thunderstorm. We'll see. Well, if the stream suddenly goes down and is irreparable, it means A, the series is cursed, or B, the thunderstorm came through and it fucked everything up. We'll see. The Amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. And Mayor Damien Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered that great hero. The Amazing Ninetales fans are so angry they even tried to storm the detention center. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jixie also a fan of the Amazing Ninetales? Yes, phone, I get it. Jesus fucking Christ, leave me alone. A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. She spoke with a passion. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. We ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No! Did you forget that Mayor Tim is not only Jinx's father, but our client? Oh yeah. Oh, thanks, Athena. Real big help there. You be careful now. You're defending the most hated mayor in history. I just hope that you don't find yourselves on the wrong end of a figure 4 leg lock. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. You won't be able to hide that hair. Anyway, the investigation. I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, pinning the blame on a yokai, he really wants a conviction at all costs. She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad. Yes, well, I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. I doubt that'll teach him anything. Yeah, I'll probably just write dotard on 1,000 times. Dotard? Dotard? That whole yokai business is likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tenma planted that yokai stuff. Planted it in an effort to protect her father, the real killer. Yeah, right. I'd like to see him prove it. Whoa, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. It was at the base of the cliff just outside Kyubi Manor. Wait, that isn't the staff Temataro was supposedly carrying, was it? The one and only. Miss Tenma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was done. No way. Well, what about Prince? Nope, no Prince. But if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway. Well, Prince or no Prince, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. But if that's the case, then where in the mansion did Temataro get it from? Are there any other new developments we should know? Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something. He did? What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words were, "I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals." And other things of that nature. I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. I know. Why don't you wait down on the playground with the rest of the kids? Haha. What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there. Alright, thanks for the help, Detective. April 18th, Write Anything Agency. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases. And I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? Yeah, I suppose so. Except that this time it's like we're bound and gagged too. Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up. Ugh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough. Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here too. Mr. Wright. How goes the investigation, Apollo? Athena? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happened? Oh boy. Yeah. So what happened is this. I was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. I know, I've never had to defend a yokai before. The business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped from the Forbidden Chamber. Well, we did until we went back there. Yeah, well, we just found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Well, that's bad news. How are we going to get out of this one? Where's the times when loyals have to force their biggest smiles? Force a smile? Yeah, my mentor taught me that, back when I was still learning this trade. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That's a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. The basics. Always believe in your client, huh? Nice little callback to Mia. Rest in peace, Mia. You and Athena. So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so... Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. It was like fate brought us together. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all. I knew she was loyal material the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. Aw, it's nothing special. Maybe I've underestimated the analytical psychology of hers. It's just, I thought if my special ability could help defend people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to a courtroom. That's when I really started to hit the books hard. I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer. And at the tender age of 18, no less. Wow, that's almost superhuman. Or personal. Like she tried to help somebody she knows. I mean, that's why Phoenix became a lawyer. Alright, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client, Wright. Mr. Wright. Yes? I'm going to visit our client again. I think that's a good idea. Alright, time to see what's new down at the detention center. Oh boy. My throat is already happy about this. April 18th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Mayor Tema, we might have to talk to you about something. Shaw! Call. So my minions have returned. Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai. Wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again. Silence, peddler of the legal trade! Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste. Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I'm starting to wonder if we should even be helping him win his freedom. Still, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed, you know what I mean? If you can clear me of these charges, I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now ask of me what you will. Suppose it's worth a shot. Alright. Let's get down to let's get down to the new information. What did you remember? Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me. Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. Behold, the key to the Forbidden Chamber. Whoa! Is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too? Bah! I do not waste my powers on such parlor tricks. Take the key from the killer did Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the Forbidden Chamber. So he wanted to keep it shut tight. But no fingerprints shall you find upon that key. How do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers then? Foolish mortal! You would have me, Temataro, act as some sort of asinine alchemist. I but asked the jailer and my will was done. Quite eagerly, I must add. Caw. Oh, was it honor to serve your malevolence? I think I might have tickled myself too hard with that one. Because I'm not the only one who scares the living daylights out of. Can we ask how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door. Curse that infernal door! But if I had known its manner of opening long ago when I made my return. He has a point there. Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. Alright, we got the Forbidden Chamber key. No fingerprints can be lifted from it. Alright, feathers and tracks. Are those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really you're doing? Indeed, the remnants of Temataro, king of the underworld they be. The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand. Caw. So stupid. The prosecution claims the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinxie. What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once. Huh? Mayor Tenma, is that you? Well, now, Damien appears to still reside within this body. But I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien. I guess a little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter. You didn't kill Alderman QB, did you? I've killed no one. The remnants of my presence have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. For if I had slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed him, leaving naught but ash. Yikes! So... Wait, did I get that right? Yes! So, you're saying there must have been somebody else there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned he had been clubbed with the statue. I better ask about this, too. Let us do so. Even though we still have 3 pages of evidence. What, I ask, is that? The statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped up in a large cloth before the alderman's murder. Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. And let me reset the stream. Close enough. Yes. Something wrapped in such a cloth does he recall. A secret gift from Alderman QB, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it. Maybe the cloth fell off or it was removed after the mayor was struck. Of that Damien does not know. A secret gift? Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it? I should question him about the blackmail letter too. Let's see what he says when I show it to him. Here we go. That's Jinxie's statement. There's the blackmail letter. Why this is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien. Apparently somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Caw. You have questions, do you? Very well, ask away, mortal. Alright. Who placed this in the alderman's pocket? Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase. So whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket. Could it have been his doing? Mayor Tenma, I mean Mr. Taro, did you just remember something? Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of that letter. Damien's aide, Florence LaBelle. Full knowledge of that briefcase's contents did that aide possess. Then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for. This is preposterous. He's a most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien. It seems like Mayor Tenma is a bit too trusting of those around him. Still, this is huge. Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter into the Alderman's pocket. Look out, Florence LaBelle. Here comes justice. Let's go find Mr. LaBelle and break him over the coals. Thanks for the help. You've just given us a major lead. Bum bum bum. There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. LaBelle is the killer, what could it have motivated him to open the Forbidden Chamber? We should probably search it for clues. Only one problem. How do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole? Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. Okay. Where would Jinxie be? Yokon Lane, maybe? Yep. One of three places. Well, one of two places she could have been. April 18th, Ninetales Vale, Yokon Lane. Hey, isn't that... Oh. You dare imprison me. Jinxie. She's acting really strange. That loathsome, no good nine-tailed fox. You shall know the terror that is mine in despair. You shall pay dearly. All of you. Jinxie, are you alright? Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Morning, Jinxie. Morning. Isn't it already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remember, I lay down to take a nap back at the manor. Oh no! It must have been the... Oh god. Makura Geishi. Makura Geishi? Ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor, or in the hallway? Well, it's that yokai's fault. The Makura Geishi preys on people while they're asleep. Sounds like you just needed to be tucked in real tight, or maybe need a snug sleeping bag. Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead? I don't? Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me. I'd say we have had a more than adequate demonstration of that just now. I better reapply them. There we go. Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you. There's something I wanted to tell you too. I remembered something else. You did? What was it? Well, let's continue on that train of thought. Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered? Well, after the trial, I remembered lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird. I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What? It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door. Wait, what? Are you sure? Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now. So you're saying they were left at the crime scene after you found it? This could spell major trouble, Apollo. Why? Because Jinxie is already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, it will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on. Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck rebuting that. Oh man, this is not good. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. Forbidden Chamber, then. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the Forbidden Chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole. Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear. A secret mechanism? Really? Uh-huh. It's hidden in the Fox Chamber. But only Alderman QB knew what it was and how it worked. The Alderman of Ninetails Vale sure loved his secrets. Apollo, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism. Well, slow down. There's something else I need to ask you about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. Even the Banner's master key won't open it. Just because it's a very special room that must never be opened. Guess that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder. After all, we know Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so... So the Mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber were not in vain. Only one of its kind. Alright. Moving on up. We'll check the foyer as well. We might run into LaBelle now. No. No luck. Over to the Fox Chamber then. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I have a feeling. No. No. Okay. No, I just thought it was weird. Guess let's check out the Fox Chamber. We can't. What are we missing here? We can't examine anything. Do we present the key to the detective? Justice needs backup sometime. Okay, nope. Fuck me. This is what I was worried about. Is that? No. Notes. Show Fox and Gene. Oh. Okay. That is a good addition. Because I totally would have looked over that, even though we talked about it in the detention center. Alderman QB made that statue. It's a token of goodwill. I think it was meant to be for Ninetails Vale in Tenma Town. Token of goodwill, but the two yokai are fighting. Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion is missing. The statue. Oh. Originally you depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it? Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head. That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the Alderman and I. Now it's just me, but its symbol of goodwill will forever be etched in my mind. Alright. So, is there anything else we should know about Jinxie? No. That's about it. Ah! My bracelet. It's reacting. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be... In justice we trust! I knew it was weird. I knew it was weird that he was still in the other room. Yikes! A ghost! Ah! Detective Fulbright, what are you doing here? I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her. Question me? Sorry, not interested. Are you here to ask about that whole yokai affair? That's right. Specifically, we want to ask... but I can't tell you that, now can I? No. Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right? No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust. The Twisted Samurai sure has him on a short leash. So, you're not a ghost. Maybe some sort of urban troll then. Now come along, Miss Tenma. To the station with you. Every time we get an opportunity to use a fucking bracelet, something else pops in. He took her away. It's my chance to see what she was lying about. Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out. I just hope they let us in now. Oh boy. I wonder who we're going to run into here. April 18th, QB Manor Garden. Oh my. Did you change your hair color, Mr. LaBelle? I don't remember it being this blue before. Oh, right. This voice. Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent! I'm so glad I had these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Now, perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman. Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask him about you-know-what. Oh yeah, before we search the Fosh chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter. Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me? Oh, there's something we wanted to ask. Where's that ringing coming from? You'll have to excuse me. Hello, LaBelle here. What the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones? Yes, about that. You must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenra has been a complete nightmare. Where do you buy clothes like that? Surprised? This is my own special design. It is the ultimate in functional beauty. Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? Looks a bit unwieldy to me. You simply don't have an eye for beauty. If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind. So, what do you want with me? Did you see Temataro? But Jinxie and Mr. Filch say they saw Temataro. But what about you, Mr. LaBelle? If you were in the foyer, why didn't you say that? Very well, I admit it. That's right, I, Florence LaBelle, saw the demon Temataro. So he did see something. Then why'd you lie about not seeing him? I was simply trying to protect your little Jinxie. Protect Jinxie? What do you mean? Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers. Which one are we talking about? The one where she wanders around making mischief, without knowing what she's doing. Rumor has it she's possessed by a Temataro. That one's news to me. Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about a Temataro sighting, little Jinxie should be your prime suspect. Tell us more about that rumor. Alright. So, what was that rumor about Jinxie? They say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It hits suddenly, then she starts wandering around doing strange things. Is that so? Although, come to think of it... Yeah, possessed Jinxie. Not creepy at all. It certainly would explain how she was acting earlier. Once, she even put on a Taro costume and wandered around the woods at night. She did? Something tells me that it's not a costume. Something tells me it's not a costume. I wish I never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed? Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing during these episodes. Memory loss during possession. Huh. Come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy. I suppose that, too, was caused by her possession. Then maybe... So you do understand! That whole yokai business was entirely of her own making. Now wait a minute! Although, the yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black feathers and string tracks there herself? Apollo, let's ask Mayor Tenma about Jinxie's episodes the next time we talk with him. Alright. But we're not done with you. We have one more thing to question you about. What is that? It's a blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman Kyubi. It was sent to Mayor Tenma. And? Your point being, someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase and then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered. Oh, you don't say. You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew that the blackmail letter was in his briefcase. So naturally you... Perhaps that shot of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes. Or my eyes fall from their sockets. Is it possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect? What would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place? Oh, well... My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. In other words, you have nothing. Yeah, you want to take all that makeup off and say that again? Now, let me show you what to do with this garbage. You can't destroy evidence like that. What do you mean I can't? I just did. Feel a little lighter now. You just want a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy. Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know. I guess that's it for now. Hello, LaBelle speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product as your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Then I shouldn't advertise it on TV, but I don't understand. As the embodiment of beauty, it's my duty to announce my good looks to the world. Stop the bus, I'm getting off. Everyone wants my exclusive Je Suis LaBelle brand products. It's the crown jewel of my collection, born of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it's become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare. You don't say. Well, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's not meant for you peasants. Peasants? This is my latest product. I'm calling it Color Me LaBelle. A dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water. Guess that means you can't sweat. I have 7 colors in all. You can find out more in my commercials and magazine ads. Yet, it's not available to the public. Great sales strategy there, genius. Come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle, your hair color's changed since the last time we met. The little lady has quite the discerning eye. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty. Oh, Apollo, what should I do? Better take it before you get a face full of cologne. Good point. Wow, thanks, Mr. LaBelle. Totally not gonna be important later. Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. We gotta find that secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. And more time away from this guy is time well spent. April 18th, QB Manor. Fox Chamber. Okay, let's find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. Ooh, this is so exciting. I can't wait to see how it works. But do you really think the killer entered the Forbidden Chamber? We just have to open it to find out. We should also see if there were anywhere the killer could have hidden this room. Okay, let's get started. Apurate, Apollo, I think. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Now we can examine the room. Alright, we got the Fox Chamber over here, but before we move on to the main... Oh god. Okay. Better take a look behind this door, too. I see something on the other end. Oh look, the doorknob banged into the wall, made a big dent too. That wouldn't have happened if the killer had been hiding here. Right, I guess that rules out the old hide behind the door trick. But what about the other door? I definitely saw something there. I just remembered this mystery novel I once read. The murder occurred in a locked room, and the perpetrator made sure to hide behind the room's door when it was open. Then when no one was looking, he made his escape. A clever trick, but it would have been impossible in this case. See this broken Tanuki statue here? The door must have banged into it when it was opened. Oh, I get it. The killer couldn't have been there because of the statue. Alright. What else do we got? Oh, that was lightning. That was lightning. Damn it, just take the goddamn thing off, the fucking rubber on the stick. I'll deal with it. Two foxes standing back to back are depicted on this elegant folding screen. Could this have something to do with the keyhole? Huh, wait a minute. Two foxes. There are two fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber as well. Maybe the keyhole will appear if we do something to this folding screen. But I don't see anything unusual about it. Well, it does have two foxes on it, and there are two fox statues in front of the door. Then maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn this whole place upside down. She's as excited as a kid in a candy store. Anything else? Maybe the killer hid under this table. That would have been a terrible hiding place. The old man's body would have been right above. Huh, maybe you're right. I guess the underside is a bit... Wait, there's something under the table. Let's check it out. There is. Oh, there is! Hello. Hey, look, there's something down here. It's the bowl. It looks like a piece of something. Only question is, a piece of what? Huh. Oh, I know. It might be a piece of the statue. Remember what Jinxie said? The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup. Oh, a cup, alright. It was a symbol of goodwill. So this piece broke off and rolled under the table? Alright. Nice. That's probably the main thing that they wanted us to discover, but while I'm looking around... Yeah, there's still more stuff. Doesn't this Tanuki statue remind you of the manor caretaker, Phineas Filch? This raccoon-looking thing? Yeah, it does look like him. Ooh, I just got the best idea. We should knock it over. It might transform back into Mr. Filch. Mr. Filch is mischievous, but he's not magical, you know. Way to waste a brilliant idea, Apollo. Brilliant, huh? Sure. Look, trophies. Ooh, this one was awarded to Alderman Kyubi. The Amazing Ninetales, Yokai Division winner, Tenma Town Pro Wrestling Tournament. Yokai Division. Didn't know you could have a division of one. Apollo, you should enter the tournament next time. And I have the perfect name for you. The Mysterious Firebrand. A mild-mannered masked lawyer by day, a demonic masked wrestler by night. No one's going to hire a masked lawyer, Athena. It was funny. It's a joke, Apollo. There really is no escaping through the air duct. And here we went through all the trouble of bringing the ladder to check it out. That's not a ladder, Apollo. It's a step ladder. What's the difference? They both have the word ladder in them. What's the difference? Oh. Oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors to decide who's right. You're way too competitive, and it's not even related to the original issue either. Womp womp. There's a cliff outside this window. It makes it pretty impossible to get this out of the way, or to get out this way. When I hear things like that, it just makes me want to try. Never say never, right? I bet I could get out this way. No, wait, do you have a death wish or something? It won't even open wide enough for me to squeeze through. Guess I lost that bet. That loss just saved your life. Christ. The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup in a gesture of goodwill. Maybe Alderman Kyubi was planning on smoothing things over with Mayor Tenma. But he was murdered instead, by someone who intervened. The mayor was only pursuing the municipal merger because he had been blackmailed. Who knows? If this murder hadn't occurred, maybe they could have come up with a solution. Well, unfortunately, that is not what happens. Alright, back to the door. Yeah. There's a carving in the Ninetales fox over the door, and the statues of him on either side. The way the statues are glaring, it looks like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are two foxes on the folding screen as well. It can't be a coincidence, can it? Hey, the statue moves. Don't get carried away now. I mean, who knows? It might trigger a trap. Haha, I can handle it. If a spear comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular karate kid. I guess if you can catch something that fast out of midair, you can accomplish anything. Still, there might be something to the fact that these fox statues rotate. Maybe there's something around here that shows the position they should be in. Really? Really? We just talked about it. Like, we literally just talked about... Hey, look! The fox statues! Come on, Apollo, you're not that dense. Still no keyhole, huh? Yeah, and the door won't budge, just like those spiky bangs of yours. Well, all it takes is some water, but I don't think that would work on the door. Oh, I know. I'll break it down with a body slam. I seriously doubt you could do that. How do you know if I haven't even tried? No, wait, don't! Ah! But you hate losing, Athena. I think the door would win this match. Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo? We'll never find the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber at this rate. There's something about that folding screen. You know how those fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber move? That screen might be a clue as to how we're supposed to position them or something. Hey, I bet you're right. Let's go over that screen with a fine-tooth comb. Seriously? Oh, we get different music. Come on. Alright. On closer inspection, I think there's more to the screen than meets the eye. Let's check out every last inch. Tap and slide the bottom of the screen to rotate the folding screen. I can also tap on something of interest. You can also zoom in and out to get a better look. Now let's check out every last inch of it. Okay. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Wait a minute. It's a picture of a key. Huh. The shape looks awfully familiar. Oh, I know. It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber's key. Huh. We're definitely getting warmer. Okay, let's take an even closer look. Right. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. What's this? Looks like a keyhole or something. You think it could be the key? You think it could be the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber? Wait, what about that key drawn on the end of the screen? You think the two are related? A key and a keyhole. Oh, I just got an idea. If we folded the screen up just right, the key and the keyhole could overlap. Hey, I think you're right. Let's give it a try. Aha! Look, a door! Yeah, and it's open, too. The two foxes are now facing each other, so... Hey, what if we made those two fox statues face each other? Apollo, let's check out the two statues. Okay, help me move the two statues so they face each other, just like the one on screen. And... there it is. Look! A lock appeared. Now we can use that key. Okay, here goes nothing. It worked. Time to see why this chamber is so forbidden. What secrets could it hold, I wonder? April 18th, QB Manor. Forbidden Chamber. These doors need some serious oil. Ah! That was like nails on a chalkboard. Oof. Oh, right. Forgot about those super good ears of yours. Look, more feathers. Ah! What the heck is that? Is that a Temataro statue? But there's something odd about it. Ugh. All I know is that I don't like it, but I can't explain why. You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you? What? Of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Really? Hey, look. What? What is it? Over there on the left, there's a bunch of staffs on that rack. They look kind of like the staff we saw earlier. You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Tematara carrying? Yeah, I bet our Tematara impersonator really did come in here at some point. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place. Ooh. Let's take a look at this real quick. besides the staff? Oof. Christ. Alright, let's go with the obvious first. The thing that doesn't belong. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy. And the fact that there's no dust on it means it hasn't been here very long. Oh, it's hand cream. Let's see what brand it is. It says Sweet LaBelle. LaBelle? What the... But then, wouldn't that mean Mr. LaBelle was here? I guess so. But why? Well, whoever was dressed up like Tamataro must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person probably dropped this hand cream at that time. In other words, the Tamataro impersonator we're looking for is none other than... Florent LaBelle. This might be a big break for us. Big break for us in court tomorrow. Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma. Hand cream is added. Well then, but there's more, like the feathers all over the place. Black feathers. They look exactly like the ones in the Fox Chamber. That means the killer must have been in here at some point. The question is, why? Maybe the Tamataro costume was hidden in here. I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb. But when did the killer get in here? The mayor snatched the Forbidden Chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder. Wow, it's one tough riddle, alright. Tombstone. Looks like a gravestone or something. It reads, "Here lies Tamataro, age 80. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone." Say it ain't so! Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Yeah? Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism. I'm not scared. Freak out, Central. Red hair, baby. Cut it out, Widget. Denial is strong in this one. Cool. Yeah. Stone lantern. Like there's Japanese garden lamps? Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there's no switch. Oh, here it is. What? It was hidden out of sight. I see Tamatoro's cell has been outfitted with all these amenities, with all the amenities a yokai could want. Good that. Hey, there's a bunch of staves here, and it looks like one's missing. The Tamataro Jinxie cell must have taken it. I'd have to agree. Those look like the ones Detective Fulbright. These look like the one Detective Fulbright showed us. Why do you think there are so many here? Maybe they're spares? Tamataro might be, absent-minded or something. But the fact that he has the spare staves handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his faults and is trying to deal with them. Or at least that's my take on it. Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults. But I won't hold my breath. Yeah. Looks like an old scroll, and there's something drawn on it. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe? A monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training. Wouldn't that be just a hiker? The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena. Huh. Oh, look, there's some yellow thing strapped to his back. Wow, it's turning into Tamataro. What's this scroll getting at? Is this how Tamataro was born? Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. Yeah, like the rest of the place isn't. Oh, this one big statue must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tamataro has a staff. But the Tamataro in the scroll didn't have one. I wonder why. I feel like this could be significant, but why? Let's take a closer look. First, to go around this table here... Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea? Hey, it looks like there's some sort of compartment at the base of the statue. Don't open it. Who knows what might be in there? Yeah, I'm opening it. It's just a big empty compartment. And from all the dust and cobwebs, I'd say it hasn't been opened in a really long time. That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it in... Wait, there is something in here. Looks like some sort of figure, but it's so dusty I can't tell what it's supposed to be. Wonder what it's doing here. Forbidden Chamber figure. Am I missing something? Yes, I am. Oh look, there's an air vent here too. I guess even Forbidden Chambers need proper ventilation. Huh. I don't think anyone could reach this one either. Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads. Well, the Fox Chambers vent didn't branch this way, so... maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this case after all. I guess that about wraps it up. What now? We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah, I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions in Tamataro. I guess we're doing that. Back to the foyer. April 18th, QB Manor, foyer. It's the curse of Tamataro! Eek! What do you steal? You outsiders are ignoring superstitions at our peril. Mind your own business. Ah! Ouch. What's all this about a curse? Tamataro is gonna curse us all unless you stop sticking it in your nose where it don't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say. Right, how about obeying the law before you go obeying superstitions? Huh? Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine! But you know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that. Same goes for my bracelet. So, sorry, I promise I won't do it again. Yeah, sure. He almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget. The big jerk. I'm sorry! Guess I can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. Oh boy, this guy. I can't believe he did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal Widget? Yipes! Miss Mercy! Can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood running in my veins. Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean? Glad you asked. The infamous bandit Azuki Kozo is my grandpappy. Take a gander at this. What exactly am I looking at? Looks like another one of those yokai to me. It's none other than the Akuzi Kozo. Robbed the rich to give to the poor, he did. And he'd leave one of the figurines at the scene of the crime. What's more, I'm his grandson because he was my grandpappy. Wow, you don't say. Thieves honest, and honest truth. The slashing sounds of a koozie beans scraping scraping together in the dead of night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm a Kuzi Kozo, washer of money. Give her out of the wealth reborn. Sure. Forget the money. You should be washing yourself of this nasty habit. Wait a second. This figure looks familiar. Yes, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Hey! What are you doing with that there figure? Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it'd been there practically forever. Huh. Could mean my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. He once told me there's treasure in that there chamber. Treasure? What is this about treasure, sir? What do you know about the treasure of the Forbidden Chamber? Only that's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. He said there's an amazing treasure in there. Or something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though. Grandfather didn't by chance already steal it, did he? Seeing how there was one of his figures there, that might just be. That's Grandpappy for you. Bet he washed that treasure up real good before he handed it out to the poor. Oh, of course, because he was so righteous. Ah, my jaw is starting to hurt. Alright, Temataro signing. In court, you mentioned seeing Temataro near the scene of the crime. Sorry I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me. The people on Night Hills Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Temataro. Darn right, them superstitions scare me out of my wits, I tell ya. Wits, excuse me. That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on. So you plan on staying here in Night Hills Vale? Yep, I'm gonna keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rulebook to me. Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales? Ain't you been listening to a word I say? You're going to do exactly what them superstitions say? Well, I say that's baloney, because I just remembered, this is kind of something that we talked about earlier, but let's take a look at them village superstitions. Do not gaze upon Temataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Ignoring these superstitions will cost you your soul. There is one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. And freeing him will bring ruin upon the village. It's fine. Take that! It's clearly written right here. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. So according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in Night Hills Vale, but if you really believed in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now. I know you've been lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch. Yipes! Alright. Now, the Temataro sighting. You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you? Sorry, but I didn't have no choice. So what was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Temataro? It's all that pretty boy's fault, Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Temataro. Said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen. So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you. Why would Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence? Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was all on account of that rumor, the one about her being possessed. That rumor again. I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tema about the possession rumor. Ouch! Hey, watch it! Village superstitions stolen by Vinny Filch. I'll be taking this back now. Kinda like family to me. Could've just asked instead of stealing it. Was that all we wanted to ask Mr. Filch? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Temataro once more. Just thinking about the dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. Yeah. But before we do that... Oh, don't we want to talk to Jinxie? Oh god. Is Mr. Fancy Pants still there? Yep. Big pass, big pass, big pass. Bye-bye. We'll deal with you in court tomorrow. Full 18th Ascension Center Visitors Room. Lord Tenba, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence. Oh. Why are you speaking like that? Oh, Mayor Tenma, you've returned. Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seemed to be suppressing the demon within me. That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time. So, what can I do for you today? We'd like to ask you about the rumor that Jinxie is possessed. She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Huh? God damn it. No matches is warding charm for me. Ah, the charm! Temataro's back. Those foolish mortals, they shall regret blaming that child for my doings. Ah, I blew it. That question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared either. Fine. We'd like to ask you about something your aide Florent LaBelle mentions. Did you know that Jinxie was rumored to be possessed? I know not of what you speak. You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you? I, Temataro, Demon Lord of the Yokai, protect a mere mortal. Caw. No affections do I possess for your race of humans. Please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tema's name. But I have already told you, I know not of what you speak. I don't think we'll be getting anything more out of him. It's all over unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant that yokai evidence. Hey Apollo, I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it. Really? Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain that whole possession thing. Knock yourself out then. Wow, Athena's really something. I can really count on her when it counts. Alright. Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism. Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking? Yes, I believe she is exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought out by repressed stress. Mr. Mayor, did her symptoms start as soon as she began her job at Ninetales Vale? When the child visited last. She did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob her of sleep each night. I knew it. That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can't be trying to protect you, at least not on a conscious level. So then, the Temataro that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie. Sleepwalking, eh? That would indeed explain the matter. Look, Temataro's spirit. It's left the mayor's body. Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma? Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you. Jesus Christ, that lightning. Feathers and tracks. Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you? I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt. I knew it. You suspect Florence is behind all this. But why? Did he really want Ninetales Vale that badly? Can you think of any other reason why? Looking back, he did seem fixated on Temataro for a spell. Could it be? Perhaps he was attempting to release Temataro. That's crazy. Are you saying that yokai is real? Whatever the case, Temataro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn. You must not gaze upon him nor free him from his prison. But how can people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Temataro thing now. Yeah, and I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle. Dinner is ready, Your Malevolence. Ah, an offering to the Demon King. You may place it right here. The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it. Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just told the hearts next time. Yes, Your Malevolence, I'll remember that. How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade? Well, I've already talked to Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma, so... Why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next? Now that we know the truth, we won't be able to claim that Tamataro is Jinxie or the mayor anymore. But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him? I guess we'll find out. That's a long investigation section. Excuse me. Triple A QB Manor. Oh god, now it's purple. Jesus. Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy, from the top. Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime, and when we, heard a scream, heck, what was the next part again? You have the memory capacity of a flea! This is the 30th time, you know. Now, 100 times more and we're done. What on earth are they practicing? Aw, I ain't cut out for this. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, oof. Oh, begging your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. It's just, all this practice. Yipes! Unbelievable! What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? Did Filch... Oh god. Did Filch LaBelle's wallet just now? So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo? Hmm? Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? Pfft, you peasants are so tacky. Well, what do you want with me? Your confession to being the Tamataro imposter would be nice right about now. Mr. Filch filled me in on a conversation you two had, and about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tamataro. Filchy, you fool! I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth. So why'd you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, LaBelle? What? Why, to protect darling little Jinxie, of course. But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Oh, she was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Tamataro. Interesting. But where are you going with this? Since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who was really Tamataro. Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Tamataro? So sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort. That's right, Mr. LaBelle even told me Tamataro was a jinx, so why would he tell you? I said Tamataro was Jinxie, you fool. Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea. Practice it 100 times more. Yipes. So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. I'll be waiting with a special little piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. Filchy, wake up, you lazy bones! Huh? What? Was I sleeping? Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy, it did. Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow. Oh, I'm begging ya, not another lesson. I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. Right up the schnozzle. Keep quiet and do exactly as I say. No, please, anything but another lesson. Jesus Christ, poor Filch. There they go. It's our chance to get the truth out of him. Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie Jinxie told. We better go clear that up before tomorrow. You think they're done questioning Jinxie? Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane shopping for more charms. Are we just gonna be taken over there? Yes, we are! April 18th, Ninetales Yokai Lane. Oh god, she forgot her charms again. Cursed Ninetales Fox, time for something, the score is nigh. The grudge has been festered all this time. At last, vengeance will be mine. She must be possessed, sleepwalking again. Maybe if I speak softly, I won't startle her and get a charm plastered on my forehead. Psst! Jinxie! Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Ah, my charms must have fallen off again. Guess I can avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel. Are they done questioning you, Jinxie? Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released. Yeah? Which one? Oh, the one with the Ninetales Fox and Tamataro. It shows them dancing together. Really? Two bitter rivals dancing together? Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges. Oh, right. For the municipal merger issue. No. It's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. Jesus Christ, I forgot about that line. It'll stop you two from fighting like you did in court this morning. We weren't fighting, it was just a spirited debate. We were lawyers, God! It's what we lawyers do. No fighting. Charm slapped again. Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about. What you remember? Jinxie, it seems you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important? Like what? Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time. When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman Cuby were collapsed in the Fox chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair. Nope. We know for a fact that is not true. I knew it. She's holding something back. Okay. Do we actually get to use the bracelet? We do! Fantastic. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair. What would be her tick? Well, I think we found it. Just gotta listen to it again. Listen again. That's all he said, huh? Gotcha! Oh, for fuck's sake. I almost had it. Gotcha! You were very nervous when you said that's all he said, weren't you? I know because I saw your fingers move as if you were going to slap somebody with a charm. Huh? Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Temma say anything else to you? It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep. Talking in his sleep? So you admit that he did say something else? How could you tell? Only a demon could have such powers. I mean, according to you, I am a demon lawyer, so... Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say something like that? Could you be a little more specific? Before he fainted, he said, "Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed Alderman Cuby." He said what? The mayor actually confessed to the crime? But he didn't mean it. He couldn't have possibly known what he was saying. He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare. A nightmare? No, this is a nightmare. This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we going to do now? Return to the basics. That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. This is the lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Right. Just believe in my client. Right, just believe in my client, even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair. Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession? I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer. Why would the mayor confess like that? Could he really have been dreaming, or simply delirious? Who knows, but I sure feel like I'm living in a nightmare right now. Paula, what are we going to do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked down tight until Jinxie arrived, and our clients even confessed. Not only that, Jinxie has been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are going to prison if we don't do something. I know. This is new. Wow, actually, no, this is new music. Alright, I like it. I know. Well, let's see here. A lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem. Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman QB and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox chamber. But the real killer must have been hiding in there as well. Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation. Our mystery person must have then fled the Fox chamber when it was opened. And that's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Tamatara. But Papa and the Alderman were the only people in there. I didn't see anyone else. What's going on here? The bell's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So just how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime? Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo. We have to take down that dirty, rotten Tematoro Flaunt LaBelle. Right. We'll get him with legal exorcism, justice style. Yeah, to be continued. And I think it's not even 10 o'clock yet. But, one, my jaw is killing me. I'm gonna have, it's gonna take some training to get back up to being able to do long sessions. But also, these trials can take a few hours, and if we have a full stream for that, we might be able to do it in one shot. Maybe. Who knows? But we will, we'll go to trial next week, or whenever I do this whenever I do this next. I'm hoping it'll be next week. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be next week. But then again, my lack of motivation strikes in very mysterious ways, so. But that will be that for now. We got a good chunk done. And say goodbye to me. Bye-bye. Bye, face. Bye, face cam. Adios. I don't know. I think in my opinion this wasn't a bad stream. Then again, I have been wrong before. Either way, let's unplug some shit here. So this was the first stream. The first stream for Phoenix Wright. In case it was not obvious, which maybe it wasn't, because I didn't say anything. All Phoenix Wright content from this time forward is probably just going to be in the stream format, and possibly other DS footage stuff as well is just going to be in the stream format. I know for a fact that, you know, no matter what I do, it's like the quality can only be so good. but with the streams, it'll allow me to do things in longer chunks, which is something that I need to do because I've been slacking very, very hard on everything. And I want to get some of this stuff done. So that is the plan for now. Also, for those of you who are wondering, the bonus content for Phoenix Wright versus or Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, that is still going to be in an episode format. I'm just going to leave it as an episode format just because the entire series was such. And my god, it is hard enough to try to get everybody together as it is for a stream. So episodes are probably better because it'll allow me to take my time with them without locking down a segment of time per week to be able to do it. So there is that. I hope you guys enjoyed, whether you're in the background watching now, not saying anything, or watching it in the future. I know Phoenix Wright isn't the most popular stuff out there, but I do love the game. And much like everything else, if I love a game, and, you know, if it's not going to affect the quality of said gameplay, I want to share that love with you guys. That's one of the bases of the entire channel, after all. As for the rest of the week, let me go over that. Today is Thursday? I'm not used to streaming on Thursdays. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow, nothing. Tomorrow is just kind of a laid-back day. Saturday, oh, I guess I shouldn't say nothing. Tomorrow, Friday, one of the advantages of ending this stream early is that I'll be able to actually edit that Blaze Blue episode. So, the chances are very high that there is going to be a Blaze Blue episode tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. Saturday, we have more Fable 2 with whoever can join. It's usually the majority of the group, at least it was for the first two streams, but depending on everybody's schedules and whatever else, we take it on a week-by-week basis. But it's going to be more Fable 2. It's going to be a nice way to just end the week to decompress. Just have some stupid gameplay and whatever else. Just a lot of fun. Hopefully no tech issues ruin that fun. Sunday is nothing. Monday, because we finished up the Somnium Files, Chris and I finished that up last Monday, which if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely go check it out, because this is a wonderful series. It is such a good game. But we're going to be switching gears, and I mean that in the most literal way. We are going to be switching gears to start Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a type of gameplay that I've never actually done on stream before, because I am a lot more story-oriented, but Chris loves it, so he'll be invested. And I have it downloaded on the PS4, so I might as well play it at some point. He assures me that the story is going to be enough to keep me going, but we'll see. But we'll get more into that in the beginning of the actual stream. And then Tuesday, providing there is going to be more Pillars of Eternity, which I do with PJ. Don't know where it cut off, so I'm just going to repeat myself a little bit. Tuesday, providing everything goes well, there's going to be more Pillars of Eternity with PJ. Which I do with PJ. It's an interesting game, but we're kind of stuck in the central town by now, what we call the Pillars Denerim, which, if anybody has played Dragon Age or has seen our series of it, which, again, is a series that I did with PJ, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. We have so many quests to do there, so we'll probably spend another stream or so doing that, so just be patient. It's all worth it in the end. And then next Wednesday or Thursday, which I guess is better for me because it'll actually give me an option to not lock me in, providing I'm not seeing my dad that week, I should say, which, due to recent circumstances, is unclear whether I would be going to see my dad. It was planned to I mean, I was planning on going next week, but due to certain developments, I'm going to have to call off that decision for now until I get a clearer understanding of things. I don't want to say anything yet because it could all just be a farce, but if things go south, I will let you guys know. Farce. That was the wrong word for it, but whatever. I guess that's out there now. You guys don't know what I'm referring to anyway. I'm just speaking to myself. Anyway, next Wednesday or Thursday, I think now that I'm in the groove of things, I should be able to do this a little bit better. We will go into trial day 2 of case 2 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, and find out what Blackwell has up his sleeve this time before we present what is up our sleeve. Hopefully we'll get LaBelle locked away and finish up this case. So, even more shit is going to be going on the channel. It is absolutely wonderful. I am going to burn myself out so badly. But it's fine. It's all for the channel. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your days, whether you're busy schedule or not, to come and join me here. Or to just, watch it on its own in the background, whatever else. I won't judge. I watch a lot of shit in the background myself. I hardly pay attention unless it's something that, that extremely interests me. It's mostly just sound in the background. But thank you either way for sticking around. And hope to see you again soon. But I will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.